If this is the first time you're seeing my face, I apologize for the jump scare. I like to talk about fast cars and the people that drive them. Formula One cars don't just race, they play rubber roulette every weekend. That was a joke in reference to tire compounds. Soft, medium, hard, sure. Did you know there's actually 6 different dry tire compounds, all pretending to be 3? Let's talk about C1 to C6, the misunderstood, heat-sensitive divas that determine every race outcome more than the actual engine. Let's start with the basics. Pirelli, the exclusive supplier for F1 since 2011, created 6 dry tire compounds. They're labeled C1 to C6, with C1 being the hardest and C6 being the softest. And no, C does not stand for confusion. Only 3 of the 6 tire compounds are brought to any given race weekend. Pirelli chooses which 3 and calls them soft, medium, and hard, which is adorable considering they change every race weekend. You may be wondering why they need 6 different versions of rubber that are going to melt away anyways. And this is because every track is different. At places like Suzuka, the tires shred faster than your New Year's resolutions. Others like Monaco let them finish the race and then some. Pirelli's job is to keep things unpredictable. The compounds are chosen based off of track abrasiveness, typical weather conditions, cornering speeds, and probably a crystal ball or something. Soft tires offer grip but degrade easily. Hard tires last longer but are basically ice cubes if the track isn't hot enough. And C6, that one's just a flex. Teams will receive 13 sets of slick tires per race weekend. 2 sets of the hard compound, 3 sets of the medium compound, and 8 sets of soft. Tires are returned session by session. By the time qualifying hits, you're left with whatever you didn't destroy doing 27 useless laps in FP2. Also, you must use at least 2 different dry compounds every race, unless it's raining. If it rains, all rules are off. If you reach Q3 in qualifying, Pirelli expects you to be all fancy and use a set of softs. Teams that make it to Q3 and still complain about tire allocation probably used all the good ones up tick-tocking through FP1. Let's talk tire behavior. Each compound has a specific temperature window. When it's too cold, the surface shreds itself into clumps. Think rubber confetti, but sad. And when it's too hot, blistering shows up. Tiny pressure bubbles that basically mean your tires are boiling. Operating windows vary. C1s need track temperatures hot enough to cook your dinner on. And C5, just a little friction and it's in love. Tire pressure, camber, surface temperatures, even brake balance affects how well the tires perform. So yeah, there is a reason why the race engineers stare at spreadsheets all weekend like they're trying to crack the Da Vinci Code. So how do teams decide what to use when? I'm so glad you asked. With advanced technology, they simulate thousands of hypothetical laps, all while praying rain, safety cars, or Lafiti doesn't happen. Look, I know it's 2025, but the joke was too good not to use. Different drivers prefer different styles. George is a tire whisperer. Verstappen pushes his tires like they're made of titanium, and Sargent, well, we won't go there. In the case that the track turns into a slip and slide, F1's got 2 solutions. Intermediates for light rain, and full wets for monsoons. Wet tires displace up to 85 liters per second. They're almost never used though because races are typically red flagged before the drivers have a chance to hydroplane into the wall. Next time someone tells you they just drive in circles, you tell them those circles are dictated by 6 compounds, thermal windows, degradation curves, and pit lane psychology, all balanced on 4 temperamental rings of rubber. What a mouthful. And if none of that made sense, just remember, red is a sprinter, white is a marathoner, and yellow is a strategist stream. Yeah, I think that's it. Video's over. You can subscribe, I guess, or leave a comment if you're strangely passionate about compound temperatures. But seriously, comment. I respond to all of them, and I really, really enjoy hearing your opinions.